Marathon has had a messy road leading up to launch, and I almost ignored it completely because of that. But over the past few weeks, it's really gotten its hooks into me. It scratches an itch I didn't realize I'd been missing, the kind that Apex Legends used to scratch. That high-risk, high-reward loop where every fight matters and every win actually feels earned. I want to talk about why that is, and why I think this game might have the very evolution I was looking for. It's polarizing, it's refreshing, it's not perfect, but damn if it isn't promising. Hey y'all, Dylan here. So a bit of context on me. I'm still pretty fresh to extraction shooters. I haven't spent much time with the big names like Tarkov or Hunt Showdown, but I've played enough to get a sense of what I like and why Marathon clicks with me in a way I didn't expect. My hope with this video is simple. Share my experience and maybe help it click for someone else who's sitting on the fence. That'd be a real win. Now, to start things off, Apex Legends is easily my most played shooter of all time. My first real battle royale, even. And it hit me hard. The gunplay, the risk and reward of every fight, the different legends and how they changed how you approached situations, it was intoxicating. I couldn't get enough of it. But naturally, over time, it lost its grip on me. At first, I thought I was just kinda done with competitive shooters in that way. Grinding didn't feel worth it anymore. What was I even working toward? A kill counter going up? That stopped being enough. What I needed, it turns out, was an evolution. Extraction shooters had already been around, but they always felt intimidating, a bit too harsh to break into. And before Marathon could even have the opportunity to show me what I had been longing for, Arc Raiders had to ease me into the genre. Something about its vibe and my friend's contagious enthusiasm finally got me to give the game a shot. And it blew me away. I realized pretty quickly that this was the evolution I'd been looking for. The tension, the risk, the decision-making, it was all there. It just took the right entry point to make it click. One of Arc Raiders' main appeals was its overly friendly community. At first, hearing an entire server yell friendly felt charming, even heartwarming. But that quickly shifted when some of those friendlies started shooting you in the back. Personally, I would have much rather had there been an unspoken rule. Everybody shoots on sight, with the occasional random team up as a fun, rare twist. And so that's where Marathon comes in. Marathon feels like a step beyond Arc. It keeps that same core tension, but wraps it in something perhaps less approachable, but it's also vibrant, distinct, and massively addicting. Marathon isn't easy, and it's not supposed to be. You're going to die. A lot. You're going to lose your gear a lot. That's the loop. To me, extraction shooters are a lot like Souls-likes. The frustration stacks, run after run after run, and that's what makes the payoff hit so hard when things finally go your way. The highs only work because of the losses that came before them. One of the more common takes I've seen is that Marathon is just a repackaged Destiny, and honestly, that just doesn't hold up. Does it feel like a Bungie game? Yeah, of course it does. This is the same studio behind Halo and Destiny. Even with people moving on over the years, that DNA is still there, in the gunplay, the art direction, the way everything feels in your hands. That's not copying, that's identity. If anything, Marathon feels like Bungie stretching into something new with this as a foundation. As someone who's stuck with Destiny through to the final shape, it started to feel like they were kind of limping toward the finish line for that long-promised finale. I loved Destiny. It was a roller coaster of emotions and quality, but it gave me some really great memories in the end. I understand the community's frustration at Marathon's general existence. I get it, I really do. I'd love to see Destiny thrive again, and I strongly believe that day is coming. Sony didn't spend what they spent on Bungie for Marathon. Destiny 3 will be a thing, but for now, this is a good thing. For both Bungie and Destiny. Marathon feels different. It feels refreshing, and that's really, really exciting. That said, it's not perfect. Enemy tuning, time to kill, loot distribution, and the occasional bugs, there are definitely pain points. In today's world, you can't blindly trust live service games to figure it out or even stay alive longer than a month. But for now, I'm in. Bungie's earned at least that much from me. If there's one thing Bungie consistently nails, it's gunplay. If you've ever played their games, you know the feeling. That crispness, that weight, the sound. There's just nothing quite like it. Every weapon I've used so far feels good. Not all of them are my style, but none of them feel bad. Now, the shells, consider these your heroes or class. This is where Marathon really separates itself from its peers. Each shell has its own personality, abilities, and playstyle. Some are clearly stronger than others at the moment, but that's part of the balancing act. A favorite of mine has been the Assassin, if simply for the ability to turn invisible. Look, if the game is going to give me the option, I'm going to take the coward's route. It just is what it is. Also want to shout out Triage. Deploying a cute little medbot to consistently heal you and your teammates up? A+. Also, it crouches when you crouch. Cute. Then there's Rook. They're special. Rook is one of the most interesting ideas in the game. You drop in, solo only, late into a match against fully geared squads, but you can blend in with enemy AI with one of Rook's abilities. The other allows you to heal over time, so long as you're safe. You can also upgrade your Rook through leveling up your factions. Want to start your Rook run with claymores? Done. How about shotguns? Of course you do. It can be tense, it's a bit unfair, but it's also kind of brilliant. This shell's inclusion also reinforces something I've come to believe pretty strongly. With patience, awareness, and smart movement, a solo player can take down a full squad. Maybe not always, but often enough to make you want to try. Playing with randoms hasn't really been for me. Between the quest system and just general coordination, it gets frustrating fast. I mostly stick to solo runs or playing with friends, and those are two completely different experiences. With friends, it's aggressive, more PvP focused, a bit chaotic, but in all the fun ways. Solo? It's a fucking horror game. People hiding everywhere, waiting for you to slip up just to take the free kit you crawled in with. A favorite solo run of mine is taking a free kit and seeing how far I can go, run after run after run before getting wiped. It gives the game a bit of a roguelike feel, which I can definitely get behind. Plus, it helps offload some of the frustration that comes with an inevitable wipe. Well, it was just a free kit after all. Much easier to swallow. As of now, there are 4 maps available, of which 2 are open as soon as you finish the tutorial. Outpost is the 3rd map, which unlocks once you reach level 20. I haven't had much time on Outpost yet. Honestly, the map disorients the hell out of me. And most recently, Cryo, the 4th map, had just had its first weekend. From what's been said, Cryo leans more into raid-style mechanics, which, again, ties back into that Bungie DNA I was talking about earlier. I'm really curious to see how they build on that in the future. Even after 40 hours with Marathon, it still feels like I've barely scratched the surface. Bungie's already laid out the plans for the rest of the season and teased what's next, and I can't wait. The big question, I think, a lot of fans are asking themselves is whether Marathon has staying power, and that's fair. There's a lot of talk about player counts these days. In the current landscape, nothing is guaranteed, but I think it has that special something these games need to survive. The kind of thing that builds a community through word of mouth, that builds roots. If Bungie can capitalize on that, and I hope they can, Marathon will go the distance. Hey guys, I had a really great time making this video. So much so, I'd say come to expect these sorts of videos to become a regular occurrence alongside our You Should Play series, as well as Devin's own impression videos. We've got a lot in the works, and we're really excited to start sharing more of it with you all. If you're interested, we do have a Discord where we would love to have you. Thanks for watching. Till next time.